What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Model Factory. So we have an update here on the Revell Snap-Tight Ford GT kit that we have been working on. And as you can see, this thing has made quite a lot of progress since the last video. We are actually pretty much done with everything other than final assembly. And before we put it all together, I wanted to show you guys all the different bits and pieces and how it turned out. So it's a pretty cool kit. It's very basic, very simple because it is a snap-tight kit. Molded in engine, pretty much molded in chassis. Not a lot of detail in those areas, so we have just done a little bit of exterior stuff to kind of make it stand out a hair. Alright, so let's just start with the body here. So here is the body, and we painted it white. It is painted with a craft acrylic white. It's a folk art color called titanium white. And then it has been clear coated with a clear coat you can get from Hobby Lobby. It's called Treehouse. It's their acrylic clear, and this is their high gloss. So we did that. And of course, we polished it out and everything, so it's got a really nice shine to it. Then we've done all the detail detail painting on the body. So, you know, we've got the front pillars here painted. We got the vents painted in here. On the back, you can see, get this to focus. And there it is. Well, maybe. Come on now. There we go. Anyway, back here has been painted and all of that. So underneath, you can see we got the roof painted, or ceiling painted. Pretty happy with that color. The more I thought about it, the more I wanted to paint it white. I just think that these cars look really, really good in white. Here is the underside. So we've got this, and you can see it is all just basically molded in one piece. There's no detail underneath there. I do believe this car pretty much has a solid covered bottom, so, you know, to help with airflow and all of that. But that's it. So we didn't do anything under there. One thing we did do, and I don't know how well we'll be able to see it in this, but we put carbon fiber all through here. So all of these parts that show on the top, we put carbon fiber all around the front area here. We carbon fibered the side, this part right here. So this is the side of the skirting here that would go underneath the door on the side. So that's carbon fiber. And then on the rear, same thing, kind of around the edges here, we did carbon fiber. Just so that it has the look of what the actual real car has, which it has carbon fiber all around on those areas. So we used some carbon fiber aftermarket decals that we had. Used tape, basically, and came in here and put tape down and made some templates for these, and then went back, put the tape on my carbon fiber decals and cut them out, and it all worked. We do have the axles on here already, and then we've got the brakes on there. So painted the brakes with some metallizer, polished those out so they would be a little bit, you know, shiny like a real rotor. And then we painted the calipers red. That'll look really nice, sticking out from the wheels. Rest of that's just painted black. Let's see, interior and engine and front lights. So this is all one piece, and so you can see, bring this in, there is the front headlights. So we detail painted these. It's got kind of like those LEDs that run along the edges there, so painted those to simulate those LEDs, and then it's got, like, you know, LED lights inside of there, so we painted those up to give it a little extra detail. And then back here on the engine, so it's just kind of the top cover of it, but what we did is the engine bay itself, so like the firewall around it and the covers over the valve covers, those are all carbon fiber. So once again, we did the carbon fiber decals in there, and kind of dark, so it's a little hard to see the contrast between the carbon fiber and the black, but it's there. And then we just kind of detail painted the top of that engine just to give it a little more variety. And then as far as the interior goes, it's a pretty basic interior. Didn't do a lot of detailing on it, just kind of painted it so that it gives it a little bit more pop. But one of the interior options for the Ford GT is this white accenting, which you see on the seats here and then on the dash. So that's what we did, is we did the white accenting on the seats. And then if I swing this around, see if we can get that to focus there. We did it on the dash as well. Painted some of the buttons on the dash, on the center console there, on the steering wheel, painted some of the buttons, and then we printed out like what the nav would look like and what the HUD display, inside of the dash here. Found some pictures of those online, printed those out on paper, and glued those in there to give it just a little more realism to the dash. I know you can't really see that in this, but we'll try to take some up-close stuff later if we can. But I think it's pretty good. It's really simple interior and everything, so this was more about the exterior of the car. All right, so wheels. We painted the wheels. The wheels on these are like, your typical wheel color. So we wanted to make them darker. I just think darker wheels look good with a white body. And so this is just a custom color that we mixed up. It's a very, very dark kind of bronzy color. We mixed up a few of our paints just to come up with this. I don't even really know what you'd call it other than just a really dark bronze. And so all of the wheels have been painted that, and it just looks really good against the white. See if that'll focus. Maybe, maybe not, since it's not wanting to focus today. And there we go. There we go. You can kind of see it there. Anyway, I think dark wheels look really good against a white body. We've got the mirrors painted up here. They're painted, ready to go. And then, of course, that rear wing that we cut out, it has been painted. We've got the little brackets on the bottom of it painted there. And then, of course, here is the, kind of the mechanism that will hold it up in the back. That's been painted black, so ready to go. And then we've got the glass for the, interior and engine cover there. And then, of course, the headlight glass here. The only other thing that we have left to do is on the back of the body, we cut out the holes here for the exhaust ports and cut out the plastic exhaust that was in there, and we're going to replace that with aluminum tubing. So the only thing I have left to do is cut the aluminum tubing, and we'll put that in there during final assembly, and we'll probably do a little bit of, kind of heat staining or something to that just to make it look a little bit darker, because they don't actually look bright like this aluminum tubing does. So we'll be putting that in there, but I still need to cut those aluminum tubes for that. Outside of that, that is it. This thing is basically completely painted and done and just ready to be put together. And so that's what we're going to be doing for the next video. We'll show you guys what this looks like all together. All right, so stay tuned for the final on the 2017 Ford GT. And like I always say, eat, sleep, styrene, everybody. Keep building those awesome models, and I will see you in the next video.